Hey everybody, Steven here playing Subnautica Below Zero, and today we're going to be looking at not only the latest updates that they've done to the game, but more specifically some of the updates to the story. So if you don't want any spoilers, you're not going to want to watch this video. These are going to be actually specific to your encounters with Marg with this. I actually already recorded this video, but they had kind of a bug that was causing the game to freeze when you try to get Alan in your head, and they finally resolved that. So I'm reshooting this so we can actually see some of his dialogue with this, because it would actually skip over that if you didn't have him in your head. So we're going to get this started with the intro itself. The meteor, the visual effect with that has actually been changed. They've shifted the sun over. You can actually see more of the atmosphere of the planet as well. With shifting the sun over, they said that it's supposed to change the lighting inside of the ship that you're in, that you're taking off from, and it kind of looks like it just shifted it over. It almost still looks like sunlight. I mean, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section with that. But they've done that. They've timed out the breaking off that rock chunk from the meteor hitting you. They've also timed it out with the snow kind of piling up when you kind of crash land in front of your dropship. And they've done a little bit of work in that landing area as well. So let's go ahead and get this thing started.
You sure you want to go through the storm?
See how it just looks like it's still like sunlight? But the sun, it used to be straight out in front of you. Now you see just kind of the atmosphere of 4546B. So it's off to the left, you see more of the atmosphere, and that looks really, really good. I know that they're going to tweak that even more, but it looks pretty cool.
Approaching 4546 feet. Surface temperature.
And boom, that part right there, just that animation happens quicker. I like it. And then we have the snow piling up in the front there. They've taken out the flames from kind of the steering wheel area here. Inside of the ship looks a little bit darker to me as well.
Welcome to 4546 feet. Enjoy your stay.
Alright, and then that reset there. You used to see the planet right here for that opening segment. It would still be here. They removed that and fixed that. This thing still explodes. See all the flames on the inside, so they've tweaked that a little bit. Looks better. Not really much damage on the outside of it until it finally explodes. But we actually have that, and I think they'll add even more to it with the snow, but we do have kind of that trench, there it goes, from the ship actually hitting the ground here. And then over in here they've added just more rocks and just chunks of ice and things like that, so small tweaks. But I'm going to jump ahead to when Alan is actually in my head. There's a point right after that happens, because all that leading up to it is just still the old dialogue. But right after that we have new dialogue, so I'm going to skip ahead to that. Alright, so she has Alan in her head. This is going to be the old dialogue here. He'll talk for a second, and then we'll get a call from Alan with the new dialogue here. That was really messed up. There it is. We understand this arrangement is undesirable to you. You're not real. Go away. We're very sorry, but we cannot go until we have another body to go to. As soon as a more suitable form is available, we will migrate to it. Or you'll disappear if I ignore you. We cannot do that. Why do you keep saying we? How many of you are there? One of us and all of us. We do not think of ourselves as individual, distinct. If it will make you comfortable, I can use the singular. Oh yes, that's what was bothering me. Thank you. I will give you more time to process. Alright, so that's that first new interaction after getting him in your head. Whoa, what is that doing? Like doing like an auto run there. Alright, so Now let's go story Marg 1. So this is now the first interaction with Marg here. Alright, here we go. Nope. Another call from him. That was a good idea. Thanks, I'm pretty proud of myself. That one actually popped up last time when I went into Marg's greenhouse. Alright, that was odd. Stop right there, Altera. You're out of bounds. I'm not with Altera. Then your position is doubly precarious. What do you mean? If you're telling the truth, you're out of your mind. If you're lying, there'll be hell to pay. Wait, who are you? Stay off my land. And this one I've actually covered before, but it would appear I'm far less alone on this planet than I had anticipated, and we should get a call from Alan here. There it is. Who is that? I don't know, but I sure envy her exosuit. I hope she will avoid contact. I hope you will avoid contact with her in the future. You seem to have that in common with her. Did she scare you? If anything happens to you, it puts you in danger too, I know. For all I know, I'm the last of my kind, or the last who can help. And she is rather well armed, and she did not respond to my distress call. Well, I don't think you should take it personally. Alright, so let's go Marg 2.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency.
So this is our second interaction with Marg down at her base here. The first portion is the old portion of the story, and then it changes.
I told you not to follow me, Altera. Now, you got a problem.
Where are you? Why are you hiding?
You know how many lawsuits are out on me?
How could I? You haven't even told me your name.
That name comes with a price. You really want to know? Come see me. The code on the door is 2247.
Alright, so the lead-in is the same. So we're going to get attacked by the Snowstalker. That was part of the old story, and then all the dialogue is different now. I told you to stay off my land. You trained a stalker? Next time I'll let him tear you to ribbons, Altera. I'm not with Altera. I'm Robin AU. I'm looking for information about my sister, Sam. Do you know her? Bullcrap. I suggest you take the time you need to come to your senses and then get off my sea base. If you're not Altera, why don't disable that damn tracking satellite tower instead of hacking into my sea base? Maybe then we can talk. So with that last line, I think that first interaction is going to be different. Because she gave the code with the first one. This one, she says she hacked into it. So we'll see with that. When she walks off, by the way, she's not on this base anymore. She just disappears. And then that doesn't loop anything. Has kind of a blank tablet there. And then this bug is pretty interesting. It is pulling the fabric apart. That looks weird. We don't get a call from Alan that I've had click in at this point after this interaction. And then apparently with the first game we were repairing the radio towers. I don't know if we're destroying the radio towers in this new story. It also makes mention of the satellite, but there's a satellite over by the greenhouse that seems like a precursor satellite. I don't know if it has to do with that either. So let's go to the third portion that's in here right now. And this will be the last one that's in game at the moment. And so last time I got the call from Alan here. There it is. Oh, now it won't show it because it already showed it to me. But yeah, you have the satellite right over there, so I'm wondering if that's the thing that we disable. but that looks like a precursor satellite, so I'm not 100% sure on that. Alright, so this is all new as well. Damn satellite hasn't passed by in a while. You have anything to do with that? Sam's not the only one in the family who knew what to do with vague directions in old wire. Laughs. She was an original, that sister of yours. First time I met her, I was sure she was Altera through and through, not a crease in her uniform. She throws her something, sending those damn bird bots to spy everywhere. Then she surprised me, maybe a little too much. Meaning? If you really want to know, go see for yourself. I'll point you in the right direction. You need anything else? Don't bother me. Laughs. But you can help yourself to the greenhouse. Least I can do to repay you for getting those goons off my back. With this one, couple things. One, just based off this also, this is probably going to be all worn down and decrepit. And this is just obviously all placeholder stuff. Two, she kind of seemed a little aggressive towards that snowstalker there. I'm wondering if he's going to be like eating plants and doing things he shouldn't be right here, obviously. I don't know what she threw her. I'm wondering if that's like a... Obviously it's going to be a clue towards where to find Sam, but I don't know if that's going to be some type of PDA or something that she'll throw to her. So that is the last interaction that they have right now for Marg in the new story here. So let's go into free cam mode for a second. So this is where I was talking about the satellite, but this is a precursor bounty. This is a precursor satellite. So I'm not 100% sure this has anything to do with it. My assumption is more to do with the radio towers, because in the first story they were broken down and you were repairing them. This kind of seems like we'll be taking them apart now. But that also switches how you were dealing with the salvage, the wreckage salvage stuff from the crashed ships. So we'll see with that. Some new stuff though. I have covered this in a previous video, but I want to talk about it again because they've tweaked something with it. So we have the new plants over here in the kind of entry area to the Glacial Basin. But they also have tweaked kind of like the, I don't know, it looks like grass, the purple grass here. Used to be a lot more pronounced. They've kind of like just blended it a little bit better. Looks really, really good. Curious to see how far they kind of push these plants in terms of all the area that it will potentially cover and how that'll actually intermingle with the old plants. So, which we have those right here. The other thing, jumping ahead, we have the snowfox space right here. If we come up here, we'll find a ladder. This area right here used to have nothing, but now we actually have kind of cracks in the ground. You have a ladder, you can go down, and the area under here, it actually looks like the kind of ice formations that you see at the beginning of the game that are kind of up against the, I don't know, opening area that you're at. And they didn't have this in here previously, but this is a weird mixture of like these rocks look like the ones from the deep lily pad biome. But we have this in here. It looks pretty cool. I don't know if this is just a placeholder or not. We'll see, but I think it looks pretty cool. Wonder if it'll look more like this, but that's that rock right there where it's like pinkish. So I don't know. Other than the kind of boxes where you can get some stuff right now, there's really nothing down here. As we exit though, the back entrance, this actually leads us, because we could wrap around, go back to where we were. This wraps around and then it essentially takes you to where the old frozen Leviathan would have been, but they've moved that. We also have another cave right here. Bring the fog back on. Nothing in here right now other than the heat fruit, but in the middle here there's an opening and it goes straight down. So that water shouldn't be there. That'll get pulled out most likely, because that was just popping up even with a frozen Leviathan being there. but just an opening. So I'm wondering if you don't pay attention, you accidentally drop down and then you would actually smash onto the floor. So we'll see. But this seems to be new. I don't remember this actually being in here like this. So that's the other thing that they've added. And then they've actually finally opened back up the tunnel to the frozen Leviathan. So we can kind of go through here. Gotta move out of the way of these guys right here, but once you go in, there it is. So finally back open for business here. Tunnel up there doesn't go anywhere anymore, but this is finally back open. So we do have that. Another thing that I've noticed that they've done, and we'll start to see it here pretty soon as the sun starts to set, they've changed kind of the coloring in this area. It's gonna start to, you can see it right now, it's gonna start to like glow purple. Let's bring the weather back on. Especially as we go into certain areas like that little area up here we were just in. It's like a pinkish purple. I think it looks really, really cool. I think they still need to do some blending with that, but you can kind of see where it stops. But that is a new addition as well. And then it just gets richer and richer in color, by the way. So we do have that. Look at that. It's like crazy pinkish purple. I think that looks awesome. Just my opinion. And it's only really in that area. Other than that, they make mention of a cove that I can't find. And then they make mention of I think they say it's the Frollo Mountain. I have no idea what that is, or if that's like more dev lingo that I just don't understand. I also have noticed, by the way, that the Aurora Borealis isn't in game anymore. I can't get it to pop up. So that's something I actually messed with for a while. Still couldn't get it pop up. But that is it for right now. Trying to think of some other stuff they did. They actually changed the Sea Glide, by the way, so it only takes up a 2x2 slot versus a 3x3. And that's just a minor tweak. And the rest of it's been bug fixes and a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff trying to actually connect all of the new story together. So it's actually queued in versus right now, I mean, you're really just going to have to do it via console commands. So that is actually going to be it for this video. If you guys like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all of my content, hit the subscribe button for me. Thanks so much for watching.